It was the year 2009. All hell had broken loose. The recession was upon the world, and I was graduating. Offer letters were revoked, joining dates were pushed, and I found myself out of employment for nearly a year. I was overwhelmed.
I had it all figured out. I was working at the Delhi High Court with a senior advocate, and I was poised for success as a lawyer. But then, as life would have it, I gave birth to my beautiful baby boy and had to take a break from my legal career.
It was in 2005. I just completed my MBBS and was doing my internship. Slowly, the reality of no longer being a student but actually being a full fledged doctor was settling in. The stress was unbearable, and I've seen so much in the years since. I've contracted diseases like swine flu from my own patients, and I've watched people die in spite of our best efforts to save them.
It was the year 2008. I was expecting my baby, and due to some medical issues, I had to cut down the commute and stay home. Being away from a full-time job after so many years wasn't easy at all. And on top of that, there was a pregnancy to handle. My mental health went down the curve so fast that I did not realize.
About a couple of years back, I lost my father to a brain stroke which he suffered mid flight. And because of that, I had to shift base to my hometown Lucknow. Because of red tapeism and bureaucracy, I'm kind of still stuck here and trying to find a meaningful way of employment and livelihood. In the meantime, blogging is really helping me by keeping afloat and giving me a sense of comfort and trying to, help me overcome the loss.
2015. 4 years had passed since I had lost my mother. That year, I was struggling to stay afloat, trying to strike a balance in the role of a new mother with that of being a banking branch head. I often took to social media to vent out my inner turmoil and let the world know the pressure of living up to the expectation of being a superwoman.
I'm the batch of 2020. In fact, I still have two more papers remaining for my final year. It has been such a scary time for all of us. And I had so many dreams and hopes for my future. But now, I'm crippled with this sense of uncertainty that what will 2020 as a graduate student will bring for me.
And in that year, I took to blogging. I always loved writing, but I was always a little scared about putting my rants online. And yet, with the gap year in picture, I had nothing else to do. Blogging became my safe spot. And boy, what a roller coaster ride it has been.
But of course, I still wanted to work. Somehow, through writing reviews for Zomato and TripAdvisor, I stumbled upon blogging. What started as a hobby for my creative expression soon turned into a possible career direction. It made me realize that I didn't have to quit my dreams. I could find a direction that would take every part of me along.
Back then in 2005, it was at the insistence of one of my friends that I took up this medium called blogging. What started off as an online diary has become so much more in the years since. In fact, one of my articles detailing the faults in the Indian medical system went on to become viral in 2015, ending up on national and international media. 5 years later, it's still discussed even today.
The drafts I had started writing in 2008. In 2009, soon after the baby was born, in February, the drafts became my blog. What you now know as Second Thoughts First was then called Baby Diaries. It became my safe space of expression. It became the most crucial tool for me to handle postpartum depression and find meaning as a new parent.
So this June, I complete about 10 years of my blogging journey. I remember I started blogging to become a published author and a published writer. But, it has really helped me overcome my father's loss and has provided me a sense of comfort. And blogging has helped me, find myself through my own thoughts. So I owe a lot to blogging.
That is when I rediscovered my love for the written words. 2 years later, I mustered the courage to quit banking, and in September 2017, I launched my blog soniasmusic.com. It was a tribute to my late mother and a birthday gift for my toddler who had turned 2 that year in the same month. From then until now, I have written articles, stories, published a detective thriller book, and moved on to enroll for my third post-graduation degree in MFA in creative writing.
I started blogging 3 years back as a hobby to document my love for writing and books. I never thought that what started as an occasional interest to share my writing with the world will become my safe spot in these dark and difficult times.
As class of 2009, I can empathize with you. 2020, like 2009, is not a great year to graduate. But hey, look at us, we turned just 5. So many of my batchmates went on to do great things in their career and their life. Hang on, this too shall pass.
So, to the class of 2020, I know a door has been shut in your face. The world as we know it is grappling to give some meaning to you. But take it from me that when life shuts a door, it opens many windows. There's nothing stopping you from turning those Zomato reviews into blogs. And while you're at it, upskilling your resume as well.
Graduation is a challenging phase for any year. But you, the batch of 2020, have had such a rough, tough deal to navigate through. There was one advice which got me through my darkest times, and I'd like to offer it to you all. As a doctor, trust me when I say this. This too shall pass.
Well, 2020 is nothing short of a difficult test match, isn't it? So those of you graduating in this year are experiencing something that none of us ever has. You are part of a very important juncture of human history. And hell yeah, few years down the line, you will have a story to tell. We survived that. All the best.
And you, the class of 2020, who also feels trapped and wrapped in the universe of red tapeism like me, I'd like to tell you one thing which I keep on telling myself: this too shall pass. And in the meantime, why don't you gift yourself the love of blogging? And in the process, discover yourself. I'm sure it will always remain a part of your journey. So gift yourself the love of blogging.
Class of 2020, I know how difficult it must be for you to find a silver streak in the current cloudy state of the world. But hang in there, for when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. The future might look a tad bleak today, but we are the creators of our own destiny. So trust me when I say that you're going to be just fine. I hope and pray that you find your true calling in the most difficult phase of your life.
I have no advice for you, class of 2020. I only have this shared connect. And it is this connect, like we experience in blogging, that defines our character. The roads are less traveled, the times ahead conflicted. But if anything we have for each other, we will see it through it.